This video is going to show you how to get a copy of the laptop quiz and the online quiz in Google Docs, put it into your folder, and then how to use that with the students when you're giving the quiz to them. So to begin with, you've got to log into your school Google account. So I've logged into a Google account other than the one where the stuff is located. Once you've logged into the account, and it's important, you got to do that first. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the address that we gave you. So I'm going to open up a new window here, and I'm going to go to the address that we gave. It's the folder that stores all the tests, and that's goo.goal/capital Q, lower h, lower k, lower h, capital Z, 3. So once I go there, I'm presented with this screen. So now that you've got this, you're all set. In the top right hand corner, it says add to drive. So I'm going to add to drive. And now it's been added to my drive. And at this point, it says open in drive. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'll open in drive. And it's going to pull up my drive screen. And there it is at the top, Internet and Online Safety. So I'll go ahead and click that. Online Safety. Great. Click that. There we are. And there are a couple things. There's a folder that says the contents of this folder, the laptop quiz, the responses. That's where all the student information goes. The actual laptop quiz itself, that you're going to use, the Internet Safety Quiz responses, and the Internet Safety Quiz. So it's all here, and even the answers are here too. So now I've got to be able to use them with the students. So I've got a copy of them. They're now in my file, in my account, and they're mine, and no one else can see them, and so they're up to me to edit them. I have rights to edit them at this point. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and open up the file that says Internet Safety Quiz. Once you have the file, you need to be able to give a short link to students on where that quiz is stored, because everyone has their own quiz. So you need to show them where your quiz is. So what we're going to do is we're going to go at the top of the screen. It says View Live Form. So I'm going to click on View Live Form. And now I'm on the actual quiz, which is great, except I'm logged in, so the top right hand of my screen it says edit this form, but the students won't see that. And I've got this long address. I don't want to give the students that address. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to shorten the address so I can remember this later. I'm going to click on it and select everything that's up there and copy it. So I've copied the entire address. Open up a new window. I'm going to go to goo.goal and hit return. Now because I'm logged in, it's going to kind of log into my account here. And then what I'm going to do is where it says paste your long URL here, I'm going to go ahead and paste that long URL address and click on shorten URL. That's actually a pretty good URL that it's given me, but if I didn't like it, I click on shorten again. Now this one, for example, I don't like because I don't like the letter 1 because it looks like an L when I write it on the board, or maybe it's a capital I. So I don't like O's, zeros, 1s, and lowercase l's. So I'm going to go ahead and click shorten again until I get something I like. I like this one because it doesn't have zeros, doesn't have O's, doesn't have I's, doesn't have 1s, so it's easy enough. And then the computer's telling me what to do to copy it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. For my computer, it's going to tell me Command C. So now I've copied the address. Then I'm going to go back to the quiz. Let me find it here. Here's the quiz. And what I'm going to do is in the name of the folder, or the file that is, I'm going to go up and click on the name of the file. At the end of the file name, where it says rename it, I'm going to paste in the address, and I'm actually going to, I'll just leave the address like that. And that way, whenever I want to use the quiz, I know that I give this address to the kids, http://goo.goal/p6ykx9. I give them that address, and that'll go to this quiz that I have created and that I own. And I'll click on OK. This is great because every time I have a class, I want to remember that if I ever want to go back to it. So that's the address I'm going to use. So when I give them that address, they're going to go right to the Internet Safety Quiz, which is where I had it, and then they're going to go through and answer the questions. There are only 10 on this quiz, I think. I'm going to go back to the original file where I created the quiz, Internet Safety Quiz, and at the top, I'm not going to click on View Responses. I'm going to click where it says Responses. It says 3 of them, so 3 students, my fictitious students, have answered this, and I'm going to go down to Summary of Responses. Now this is going to give me a bunch of pie charts, which is great. So I know the answers because they're in that other document that's in the folder, and I'm going to go over these with the students. So I'll look at this and saying, all right, only 30% of you got this right, or the answer I wanted, so let's talk about it. Or maybe the next one I'll look at it and go, 67% of you got this right, so maybe I'll talk about it, maybe I won't. The next one, I'll kind of do the same thing because I know the answers. This page is not telling me the answers, but it gives me a pie chart to put up in front of the class so everyone can see it, and we can have a discussion about the right and the wrong answers, and we can talk about the answers. So that's how I'm going to use it to go over it with the students. Now I need to get ready for the next class. To get ready for the next class, I need to go to the file that says Internet Safety Quiz, and in parentheses it'll say responses. And it looks like this. It's a spreadsheet. And what I need to do to get ready for the next class, because I don't want the two pieces of data to be combined, is I'm going to highlight where my students answered. In this case, row 2. I'll hold down the Shift key, click on 4. So it highlights everything from 2 to 4. Then I'll go to Edit and choose Delete Rows 2 to 4. And now I'll give that same short URL link, the goo.goal/ whatever those letters were, to my next class. When my next class answers the questions, they will be filling in my pie charts like before, but it'll only be their data. And then I'll go through the process, pull up the pie charts, and talk to them about the responses, the right and the wrong responses. And we'll use that as a point of discussion.